Hopefully it stays that way. Thank you. My one job, hit fucking record.
You have about
Please.
eight jobs. So yeah, I mean, am I?
Oh yeah,
am I
just
starting to talk here?
open it. Yeah,
Okay,
just open it
yeah,
up.
sure. All right.
And,
That can be the opening. Welcome to Personified Fandom. Welcome back to Personified Fandom, everybody. This is a weird attempt at number 4 that we've had to start the show, I think. But that's the beauty of it being recorded now. Is that there's no awkward pauses for us sitting around waiting to talk. We just can mess it up whenever we want.
Yeah, hopefully not too much.
But I'm joined. I am your host, I guess, this week, whatever we're doing. Mike Daggs from Daggs Review. Mike Daggs Reviews. Daggs Reviews? I changed the name at some point, and I was so used to doing it one way, and I screwed myself up. So it's whatever. I'm sure Josh will do a lovely job of putting my name somewhere next to my crude face.
Yeah. He'll be there.
But my other co-hosts and co-people on the show is Josh Meany.
What up, everybody? Review. Yeah, go check out my most anticipated movies of 2023 up on the J Meany Review channel.
That's and all I got. Eric Tokenel from TikTok, who just does all
going on.
He's just a drinking bastard over there.
I do love to drink. I mean, y'all know this. You want to see some good stuff? Follow me on TikTok.
Absolutely.
24.
And so again, it's funny because this is our first recorded episode, and we thought things would go a little bit smoother, but it seems to be that we were more organized when it was live.
Yeah, somehow. But
that's as these things do. But we got some pretty cool topics that I have to scroll up to. Just remember myself with two. All right, so we talked like 2 episodes or 2 weeks ago about the DCEU being taken over by, and it's going in a different direction. Yeah. And it seems that it's already like in complete chaos because I can't remember her name. The director, writer for
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah. She walked off.
Yeah.
The set. Now, did she walk off? Like, did she actually?
No, what she did was she submitted a script to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers didn't like the script, and she didn't like that. So she walked.
She CC'd, she didn't like the character arc, apparently, or lack of one, I guess.
Yeah.
And so she sent a link that's with reference to a Wikipedia page with the definition of character arc.
Yep. Yeah, see.
Which is, it's a move. That's a move. I don't know if she watched her last movie. If she watched Wonder Woman 1984.
I did.
I did. No, I'm saying I don't know if she did. Because she sent character arc where I don't know if she actually had a character arc in that movie. Because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I did not enjoy Wonder Woman 1984.
I did not either. Yeah, the movie was absolute garbage. I was hyped for it because I loved the first Wonder Woman. I thought it was great. I was pleasantly surprised with that movie. And then this movie comes out, and I'm like, it was too long, too. The movie was way too long.
Yep. It was long, weird. The villain was bad. Yeah. It was just... I started seeing problems with it at the end of the first Wonder Woman, because I think the end of the first Wonder Woman wasn't great. Like, the villain, it was kind of weird. Like, I liked the movie overall, but the villain was like Hades. It was the god. Like,
it was kind of a CGI mess at the end.
Yeah. So I was like, well, in the second one, I mean, I know they wanted to kind of launch her like kind of the Captain America character, like the side, like a co-lead.
Yeah.
With it, so they wanted to give her more movies too. because they really just were pumping them out.
Yeah.
And then I know there was it got ruined a lot by COVID, right? Like the production got
Yeah.
set back. But, oh man, within the first couple minutes of 1984, I was like, uh-oh, this isn't.
Not going in a good direction. No, not at all.
No,
I like
I
Gal
mean,
Gadot as Wonder Woman, though. Like, I do
yes.
want to see more of her. I don't think it's weird. I don't think she's great. I
Yeah.
like her. She's fine, and I did want to see more, but if they don't do more with her, I won't be that upset. I'll be like, oh, okay, we'll get a new
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. But I mean, I did enjoy watching her, and I did want to see another Wonder Woman. But if they want to go a different direction, whatever James Gunn is planning and wants to do, I'm on board with, because what we've gotten with DC hasn't been a great road. So if he's ready to start his own thing from the ground up, let's do it, because these characters deserve better than what they've been given.
I mean, we all know what James Gunn has done in Marvel with Guardians of the Galaxy, and just absolutely knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
So him coming into the DCEU and trying to take over and doing some of this stuff, hopefully they let him have a lot of creative control, because we know he's gonna do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, just to the point, like to the point of her being upset about like the direction they're going in. I don't know how much, because like I think the main problem with that 1984 movie was just like it felt too much like Disney's message, like where it was just kind of all over the place, trying to appease too many people. I didn't like. I don't know. It
didn't Gal Gadot have like a lot of creative control over that film?
I'm not sure.
I thought that was like the perfect thing that went into that, and that may have been part of the. I mean, I don't want to say the problem, but obviously she saw her character doing certain things and whatever. But I can understand that.
Yeah.
But having the studio actually allowing that dumpster fire being put out into fucking theaters.
I mean, WB didn't give a they were putting out awful movies.
Yeah,
but one thing that a lot of people are really worried about now is because Henry Cavill was supposed to continue being Superman, and I saw online a lot of people kind of freaking out, like, oh, is he not going to be Superman now? Are you completely, restarting everything? James Gunn went on Twitter and said Superman is their number one priority. And I think James Gunn knows, like, Henry Cavill is amazing as Superman. And if you want to reboot the character and keep Henry Cavill, that dope. Let's do it. Because I don't want another Superman. I really don't. It's not like Wonder Woman where I don't care. I want Henry Cavill.
Agreed. Yeah. I think he's clearly the face of it. Everybody loves him. If you change him, you change the most popular of the superheroes, because what they're doing with like Batman right now is kind of shows that they can kind of go any way they want with it, and people are going to kind of enjoy it. It's weird that the like connections between like Batman and Spider-Man, where kind of anybody can be them, and people seem to like don't mind. Where there's some characters that you just can't change without people being like, no, we like identified as this one person being that character, and we don't want to change. Which I don't know if that's just people being stubborn. It could be because people are stubborn like that. But it's interesting. Well, I don't know. Would Gal Gadot like not be part of, like, would she would continue to be Wonder Woman, right? I can't imagine that she would be.
I don't know. I feel like it's all up in the air. I really don't know. And there's rumors that Jason Momoa is going to play a character called Lobo. I've never heard of Lobo. But that's like a big thing going around that. And James Gunn said he would love to see Jason Momoa play Lobo. And it's like, well, is he going to stop playing Aquaman to play Lobo? Because he can't really play both. And I mean, we can do without Aquaman, we can bring in other characters. I don't know if I can say that. Is anyone gonna get pissed? I'm sorry.
Aquaman's lame. I don't know. I've never cared about Aquaman. I know he's.
I
Pretty
never cared
powerful.
about him until Jason Momoa played him, and then I was like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to have somebody badass to play
Yeah,
a character
yeah.
that's not badass at all. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he made Aquaman, plain and simple.
but it's
Yeah.
again, it's a volatile state with it until they shake everything out and go in the direction, like in any sort of direction. This is, I mean,
Yeah.
it's only going to get weirder. It's kind of like the whole Flash situation. They
Yeah.
really want that movie out.
They do.
It-
They do. And you know what?
It better.
I'm gonna go see it.
It better be.
I'm gonna be there
I'm
opening
gonna-
weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see that goddamn movie.
I'm definitely gonna watch it, but it better be fucking awesome. And please, after this, do something with the whole multiverse and give us a new Flash.
Oh, we're getting a new. I would put
there's
money
no
on it.
chance.
We're getting a new Flash.
Oh
There's
my
no
God.
way. They're not.
No way
gonna
they're
keep
bringing
him.
Ezra Miller back. They
No.
can't.
No.
So
There's no way. No.
I wonder, like, so basically, like, so when there's like a change of, when there's a change of leadership there, as is James Gunn, they were told like they weren't going to touch this at all. Like it was just going to go as is. I don't know how you can expect it to go as is though. Like, I don't know how you can expect, like they must, like it's kind of funny how studios do this where they just put something out and then they don't look at anything. Like they don't look at critical reception. They just look at money. Now, I don't know. Did Wonder Woman make like a lot of money? Is that why?
Wonder Woman.
I can't imagine that it did.
Didn't it make $1 billion?
I know it. I know it made.
Didn't Wonder Woman make $1 billion? I'm pretty sure it did.
We're looking.
I mean, it was the first woman superhero lead movie.
I'm pretty sure
So
that movie made a fuck ton of money.
The second one lost
Did not.
money.
Yeah, it went to streaming.
Yeah,
It was right on HBO Max.
Yeah, I think that's why.
yeah. The first one made, I don't know where, it made 800 million. So
800 million. It was almost there. That's a lot of money.
for Wonder Woman,
800
yeah,
million
that's
is a
lot.
lot. Yeah, like Venom made.
That's a
Didn't
lot.
Venom make like 900 million? Pretty sure the first Venom made 900 million. I'm pretty sure it was super close to $1 billion.
856. So they're all
856?
really right there. Yeah.
That's
a lot.
insane.
And again,
that's a lot of money.
That's a good amount for Wonder Woman. Like, what? Like, we're not talking Venom or somebody like Venom's an offshoot of Spider-Man. So it's like people are gonna. I don't know. That's that superhero money, man. You know why these companies are making these crazy decisions. The superhero money is just, it's there.
They're big balling. They do whatever the hell they want. People are going to see it.
Crazy decisions like having a scene with them flying a plane through a fireworks show.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me is like that they don't ever address. They never address the fact that guy just died. The other guy ceased to exist.
Yeah,
it was like her. I was like, what? Who? And then the wishes just kept getting quirkier and stupider. And like at first, I thought that was going to rebuttal it because the wishes had like a direct like action to it. Like everything that they wished for had some sort of consequence immediately for it.
Yeah.
And then it was just like bananas. And you're like, how do you ever expect the people of this world to like go back to normal now? Like you just kind of almost ruin the world. I don't know. It's weird. I always think about that in movies though. I'm like, when you blow up a city, there's a lot of ramifications to that no one ever addresses. But I don't know. From the studios that won't quit making superhero movies to studios that have said that they're going to make these movies now. So Rush Hour 4 and Last Friday, throwing this curveball in there. I've seen those announced for like a decade now, where I feel like I'm always seeing someone make some fake movie poster for Last Friday, Rush Hour 4, movies like that. But Jackie Chan did announce and say that Rush Hour 4 is in the works.
Yeah.
Which, as a that could you be more vague? What does in the works mean? Are you writing a script?
We talked about it one
you-
night at dinner. Oh, it's in the works.
From what I've read, there is a script.
Okay.
But that's all there is so far. There's a script. He said it's I guess he's been approached. He's like, okay, well, I'll do it again. And after he made that announcement, I guess he told the audience that he would be speaking with the director, don't know who that is, about the script. They're gonna go over the script later that night. So we have no title. We don't know who the director is, and I'm assuming that Brett Ratner will not return as he has been accused of sexual harassment and misconduct.
Fun fact.
So I'm assuming he will not be there.
Okay.
He did do the first 3, but I don't think he'll be a part of 4.
Yo, they announced Rush Hour 4 like 2.5 years ago, 3, because on the other podcast that I was doing, we talked about it. It was one of our topics. And they were supposed to do a female spin-off of Rush Hour. And that got scrapped. But they've been talking about this for a long time. And Rush Hour 3 wasn't very good.
No, that was Shanghai Nights, right? No, Rush Hour. That was a different movie. Yeah, my brain was like, "What the hell movie did?"
I thought I was
That was
wrong.
Jackie
I was like,
Chan.
"Well, fuck."
That was Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson.
Yeah, they should do an extreme crossover.
That'd be
I
dope.
told you, man. I've recorded hours of footage today. My brain is cooked.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 3.
Wait,
They all kind of blend together. They
My
started that
favorite's
thing
2.
where like
My second one's my favorite.
that's which is the one that they go to Japan. That's
the second
2.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's in LA, the second one's in Japan.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, the
Third
the
one's in
Chinese,
Paris.
you have the Asian guy over here, and he doesn't know America that well. And then it's like, all right, send the black guy over to Japan. He doesn't really know well. And then
Yeah.
send him to Paris, and then they both don't know anything really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, it's like
it's Rush Hour 4. I mean, I guarantee. I mean, it may not be critically acclaimed. It's not going to be like this amazing movie. It's going to win awards, but it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to be action packed. It's Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I'm only assuming Chris Tucker's coming back because why would he not?
Yeah. They were in a picture together and they were holding up the floor. So
yeah.
So
I'm guessing both of them. But
Jackie,
that he has to come back.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
Rush Hour without Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. That's why doing a spinoff is so dumb to me. It's like, well, what makes it Rush Hour?
Yeah.
And I think what makes it Rush Hour is it being Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't just do a
it's not.
spinoff. You gotta get
There's
another
nobody-
Asian, another black guy. Like
There's
doesn't make it
nobody
Rush
even
Hour.
really even asking for this movie.
no,
Like no one's like, oh, I need a reboot. I need a like Rush Hour 4.
yeah,
But
no,
so definitely a spinoff. No one needs that. It's like this weird thing. It's like Bad Boys too. Bad Boys is also one of these like series movies that everybody seemingly loved them, but this was like, I feel like these movies were a pre-internet heavy era. Like, I don't remember these movies being torn down at all.
yeah.
Like, people have fond memories of them because, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just like an enjoyable movie. Where now I feel like every movie gets torn apart or praised too much. The middle ground is a little. There is no middle ground anymore, really, with movies. It's either great and amazing and everyone loves it, or it's like ass crap. Don't even bother with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's highs and lows, and that might not be true, but perception is everything. Like you hear about everyone either hates it or they love it. There's nobody that's like, yeah, okay, I liked it. It's like you have to have an extreme opinion about either way on the side of it. And if you go back and watch, I feel like any of these Rush Hour movies, you could just tear them apart for bad writing, or like not necessarily bad writing, but like somewhat racist. But that's the comedy of the, like I was reading Mindy Kaling actually was talking about this one part attached to this article. was saying how, The Office now, she goes back and if she watches, it's like very cringy because it's so just the comedy of the time now isn't to be sexist and racist. People don't like that right now. So I don't know. And then I feel like that's kind of those stereotype racist jokes is what worked for Rush Hour so well before.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much they're willing to change with the times now, or if they're not, I can't imagine that it'll be received well.
No,
Right.
just go for broke.
Like
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you went for it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I love Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, me too.
Like they're always super simple, and he does the same thing in them all, but they're always fun.
Yeah, and he does his own stunts.
All his own stunts.
Yeah. How old is he? Is he pushing
be like 60, right?
He's either 67 or 76. It's one of those two. I just don't remember exactly which one it was. It's those two numbers.
Because it feels like he's older.
He's old. Jackie Chan's old.
He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just turned 68 then.
That's his highest credited movie role is Rush Hour, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. It was huge.
Yeah, he gave up on Hollywood. Like he had tried so many times and got rejected, and he's like, I don't understand America. America doesn't understand me. It's just I give up. And I guess his agent said, "Do one more time." He's like, "No." Gave him the script for Rush Hour. Like, I'm not doing it. And he finally convinced him to read it and go and try. He's like, "Okay, one more time. This is it. If I don't get it, I'm done." And it was a smash.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's some of these movies that they just go back to the well, it feels like, and try and squeeze out any last piece of nostalgia, because that's what you're going to get at this point. Like, nobody's really, like, unless it can't be a super new idea, otherwise it's not Rush Hour. So when they go back and just kind of go back to it and try to, let's revitalize it. Like, I can't imagine, like, you're going to get a few people to watch it, but I don't know. It's
sprinkle some dust on it. Let's go.
But I don't know. Some franchises are just meant to fade off into the distance. Some of them can come back and surprise you. Like Top Gun Maverick. We sat down and I don't know if you guys watched the movie, but I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it again for like the 5th time.
Yeah. We went back and we watched a movie and then we talk about it. And this week we did, like I said, Top Gun Maverick. I think Eric likes it the most.
I don't know.
Is that okay. Yes. Fighting for number 1 and 1A here?
Might be debatable.
All right.
I have gone on record multiple times saying that this is the greatest sequel ever created. And people go, Empire. I'm like, dude, I have Star Wars tattooed on me. All right. This is the greatest sequel ever created.
Terminator 2?
The greatest sequel ever created.
I respect the hill. Die on the hill.
I mean, this without even watching,
just affected
you
me
can go
weird.
and watch this movie and absolutely love it.
Yeah, you can love Top Gun Maverick because they show you what happens in the first one, like a lot. I was surprised that when I was watching, I was like, wow, I don't know. I mean, so all right. So to be the middle of this Oreo cookie here, I will say that I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. It's a movie that I have no ambition to ever watch again because I feel like I got what I needed out of it. And I respect what it did by staying true to the first movie. It did it really well. where
Yeah.
I think if you love the first Top Gun, you will love this movie. I liked Top Gun. I liked this movie. I there's some movies that try and go back, like we're saying about Rush Hour 4, that it's going to try and go back and recapture some of the stuff that made everyone hit that nerve, that everyone loved it. And I don't know if it can, where this one did that. It felt good. It was a good continuation of the story. The dialogue and the writing was corny, but that's what the first one was. It was a lot of bro, like, you don't know anything about me, bro. Like it's a very broy. It continued that. It didn't. It feels like it doesn't. It takes itself seriously, but not super seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
respect
enough.
that. Just enough.
enough.
Just serious enough where it's not like, okay, you got like everybody. You could tell everybody in this movie cared about this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone gave this movie their all.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember sitting in the theater watching this. I saw it opening weekend, and all I could think was, Tom Cruise is like the greatest movie star of all time. I mean, you can say what you want about his movies. He gives 150% every time. He will risk his life. he will do crazy stunts and almost die to give you a great movie. And I just watching him on screen, he's incredible. I mean, he really is. He's really good. And seeing him come back, and you could tell he was passionate about this movie. And I like what you were saying, how it had like the corny dialogue, but it wasn't so corny that it was like, I can't even watch this. I think it teetered perfectly, because there's also these lines in the movie that I think are phenomenal. Like when they're having the argument, and Miles Teller, Rooster, says it's not the plane, it's the pilot. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself. I was like, you gotta be fucking like that. That was incredible. And then when the reveal of Val Kilmer, Iceman, and that conversation where he's just typing on the keyboard, and there's one point where he says, Iceman types, "It's time to move on," and Tom Cruise goes, "Oh, I just can't." Goes on this whole dialogue. And Iceman points back at the computer and hasn't changed what it says. It still says it's time to move on. The way that was shot and put together, I'm like, there's these moments in this movie that are there. It's what movies are all about. The way I felt watching this movie, you have those moments, you have that corny dialogue. It's fun, and the actors are great. Miles Teller was phenomenal. I think Glenn Powell, who plays Hangman, I think he did great. Jennifer Connelly, after all this, Jennifer Connelly is still just top notch. Like, she is phenomenal. And yeah, as you can probably tell, I love this movie. I love it. And the aerial fights, that was some of the best shit I've ever seen as far as aerial fighting goes. I couldn't believe it.
Every one of those actors learned how to operate cameras and became cameramen for every single one of those scenes, because they were in planes doing those maneuvers.
Yeah,
operating cameras.
It's crazy.
In the rear.
I remember reading that, like, Tom Cruise was like begging to let him fly one, and they were like, no, we just can't do it, man.
We let you do a lot, man.
It's like a $3 billion aircraft. We just can't. And they almost let him too. Like they almost let him, but they're like, we just can't, dude. We really can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, that was the part where I was like, holy crap, like they're actually doing this shit. Like you could tell it's not just CGI. It's not quick cuts. Like when you watch the first one, because I watched the first one probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. And there are a lot of establishing shots where it's like you just see a plane going up and then it cuts to the cockpit and you're like, yeah, they weren't actually doing the maneuver that they showed. But this one, it's like, oh, they're going for it, man. Like that's nuts. And it's, I mean, the storyline is pretty predictable.
Oh yeah, like, it's a classic storyline we've seen hundreds of times.
You know what's gonna, and that might have thrown me off, because again, to reiterate my point, I was never obsessed with Top Gun. Like it just didn't. I don't know, something. I just missed that train of it. It just didn't click for me. So watching this one, it just didn't do it for me like you did, and I respect that. I like that you love this movie. I just liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It just didn't catch me like the old like the other one did for other people. So it's
I just saw the first one this year for the first time. I've only seen it I think twice now. It was on my list of movies that I was like, this one missed me. Got to go back and watch it, and I liked it. I thought it was okay. I was like, all right, and then I saw Top Gun. I'm like, so Ginty, I can't go as far to say it's better than Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time, but it's in that small group of movies that I do think is a sequel that is better than the first one. And that's a very small list. Like that, I'd say Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is better than the first one. You know, there's a small list, and I think Top Gun's on. I think it's way better than the first one.
And I said the same thing. I've said it, and people are like, you're ready. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I honestly feel like the sequel is better than the original. And I'm like I mean, obviously, I was a kid when Top Gun came out. I mean, I was 5 years old, but I remember watching Top Gun. I can't even count how many times I watched that movie. Loved the movie. I was playing the damn game on Sega. All right, I played Top Gun.
I remember that game.
It was one of those things. It's like I have, my uncle is in the Marines, so he was a master gunnery sergeant, so he was always in the helicopters and stuff, and he was in aviation in a sense. So it was just, I was always fascinated by it. But there was always that time frame, the 80s. There was a lot of movies that had to do with aviation. I mean, and military and war.
Oh, this movie screams America. It's the most American movie I've seen in years.
Yes.
In a beautiful way, too. In a great way. Like, not in a way that was obnoxious. Like, it was beautiful. They cared.
And the back and forth between Rooster and Maverick was just fantastic. As time gone on, they started, like, when he went back to save Maverick, and he's in the mountains, and he's like, and goes and just slams him down. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be. What were you thinking? You told me not to think.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
I
and
like
he just
that
looks at him like Tom Cruise, is like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I like that. I did like that a lot.
Miles Teller is phenomenal, man. He is such a good actor. Everything I see him in, he's.
But I feel what made that entire, like, the best, like, the actual culmination that was just like the full nostalgic feel was, boom, they're in the F-16.
Yeah,
they get
yeah,
steal
yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like I say, it plays on the spirit of it, and it feels like it encapsulates itself, and it knows. All right, the 40-year-olds that love Top Gun, we have to capture that, bottle it, sell it to them, and they're gonna love this one, and that's what they did, and it was great. I mean,
as soon as the movie opens, it's like
same soundtrack.
This is Top Gun.
The same, it's the same music, the same beats.
Soundtrack
like he's driving by the airplane, he's driving by the runway, and the plane takes off. Like, yeah, you're like, this is. I had to when I first started watching. I was like, I put it on. I'm like, wait, is this the first Top Gun?
Is this the wrong one?
Am I watching the wrong movie right now?
Yeah.
Even pulls out the original friggin' Ninja.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that I saw Top Gun Maverick. It might have just been the first Top Gun. I don't know.
Yo, you know what's wicked funny about this movie? And it took me days to figure this out, and I laughed so hard when I thought about it. Just think about, how much I liked the movie and everything I liked about it. And I was like, wait a minute. Who were the bad guys? They don't tell you where they're from, what nationality, nothing. They don't tell you shit about the. And I feel like they did that because they didn't want to piss anybody off. They were just like, oh, it doesn't matter who the bad guys are. This is just what we got to do. And it reminded me of like the in Star Wars, the first one, where they got to shoot like the small target.
Oh, 100%. It was the
Yeah.
parallels are Trent run, small target,
Yeah.
like then shoot it out without using the assistance of the targeting system. Like that's ripped directly from Star Wars. But
hmm
at that point, like again, there's no you're not there for the you're not there for the like plot of the movie. Like what's the big thing
Yeah.
that's gonna happen? Like, who cares? That's not like the mission of coming home alive is like way put above like what you actually had to do. Like if
Yeah.
it's like yeah, just do the Star Wars thing. Like,
But no, I love it. I love, and the throwback. Obviously, like you said, Jennifer Connelly.
Ah.
She's Penny Marshall, all right?
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
character
Yeah.
is the reference from the first movie,
Yeah.
the Admiral's daughter,
hmm
that he got in trouble for in the first movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Always circling back.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't. I wonder, like, if you didn't see the first Top Gun, how watching Maverick would go.
I
Like,
think
I don't know. Would I still love it? Because I don't love the first Top Gun, but I feel like the throwbacks
yeah,
are important.
kind of, but they describe it enough in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you won't get the thing between him and Iceman too much. Like you don't
Okay,
understand
yeah.
how much they like did not like each other.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's parallels between Hangman, even though like kind of like you didn't really get to see him one up anybody really.
Right,
You just
yeah.
kinda, he's just the prick. Like, oh, he's the best one and he's the prick. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of where Val Kilmer's character was like the best pilot who was also a major prick. So and versus the one that has the higher potential but is, you know, a screw up in his own right. So there was like that dynamic between the two where it's
Yeah.
like you really want to see Tom Cruise over him and then but so that's kind of lost. Like,
Although,
other than him just being an asshole, you don't really get much of
although it was the reversal of roles there, because obviously we know. I mean, even from the first one, we know that Maverick was the best pilot,
yeah.
but he's just in the headspace. But he shows how good he is, obviously with this one. But who makes the save at the end?
Yeah.
Hangman, the prick.
much like Iceman in the first one.
Yeah.
So
where Maverick saved Iceman.
yeah, that's right.
So it was like a little reversal there.
Yeah. You know, what I really don't want, as much as I love this film, I don't want another one.
No, I don't want.
Like, I think it
don't
should
at all.
end right there. Like, don't.
I don't think you can top it, but I say that who knows?
Money talks.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean-
the movie made a boatload of money. That definitely made over $1 billion.
Where now,
Yeah,
I mean,
1.4.
obviously,
Which is shocking.
We're
For a
obviously-
movie like that, that's incredible.
It's not because I know the audience of people that were into that movie. Like it's the 40 plus who are going to bring their kids. Their kids are going to go with the dad because the dad loved the movie and probably showed it to them when they were younger. And they were like, "This is something we can go do together and see Tom Cruise in a fucking the one of the biggest action movie stars on the planet in a movie that was critically people were just wetting themselves over it. As soon as before it came out, it was like, oh, it's great, it's amazing. Well, and again, it is. It's a great movie. I liked it. And I knew it was going to make a truckload of money, especially because there's
Really.
not many movies out right now. It's just not the movie going experience hasn't been what it was pre-COVID, and it's now starting to swing back. You know, like we were talking about like June, how many movies are coming out in June because
Yeah.
production has
Insane.
just picked up in the last year and a half. So all these movies, you know, everything's back, and now it's all going to be coming out. But any movie can jump out into theaters right now and make a killing if it's halfway decent. And you're seeing,
Yeah,
you're seeing
if
all
it's
the
good
money
enough.
that's coming into these movies.
but this movie was supposed to be released 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was done. It had a release date, and then COVID hit, and they said, "Nope, we're not putting it out."
And
When this is done, and they stuck to their guns. They didn't release it. They didn't go to streaming. You could not see like this thing was like so well guarded. There was nothing anywhere. Yep. You couldn't find shit on it. And then finally, once everything started opening up again, oh, there's the new release date, and sure as shit, it killed.
I think it benefited a lot. This might have been the movie that benefited the most from being delayed, because I feel like if this comes out pre-COVID, I don't know if this does. I still think it does good because it's a good movie and people will go see it, but I don't think it goes over $1 billion. I mean, you're talking about Avengers Endgame and Infinity War money right now. If this comes out in 2019, I don't think it does $1.4 billion. Because I don't think it does. I don't think people are clamoring for it, where post-COVID, everybody's like, oh my God, a movie that like brings us back to the 80s.
But you have to go back to going back to those 40-year-olds. Mm-hmm. It's like this movie, it's like we've been waiting 30 years for this fucking for this sequel. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, we had no knowledge that there was gonna be anything happening. I mean, you hear like talks and this and that, and then all of a sudden, you're in the movie theaters and you see a trailer. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
This is real.
I underestimated the fan base of Top Gun. I only watched the first one because the second one was coming out, and I was like, oh, I should watch the first one.
Oh no, dude!
I didn't know.
Top Gun. And Top Gun. I mean, you have to realize back then, after Top Gun came out, the enlistment rate skyrocketed.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
read that,
like numbers that I've never seen before, like since like World War II.
Yeah, people wanted to be aircraft pilots.
Yeah,
they were like, "What? The coolest thing in the world."
Yeah, and they couldn't keep up with the enlistment papers. It was too much. They got overwhelmed, and they had to. I mean, there was so many rejections. It was like it clogged the system. I mean, that's how big this movie was. And then bring on the sequel.
There's something about like plane movies that always kind of fascinates me. Like, do you remember Stealth? The movie Stealth?
Yeah.
With Jamie Foxx, Jessica Biel. That I always loved that movie, but then I like look into it and you're like, oh, I guess it's not really a good movie. But there's something about like I don't know. Something about it.
I mean, you want to go back in that time frame and you go watch a cheesy 80s wartime movie involving airplanes. Go back and watch Iron Eagle.
I was gonna say Iron Eagle was the ripoff to Top Gun, right? It was like Top Gun, Iron Eagle, but Top Gun was way better.
I loved Iron Eagle, but now I went back and watched it a few months back because it was available on demand, and I was like, dude, I fucking watched this movie so many times when I was a kid. I'm like it's so bad, but I still love it.
What's that one? What is that one about?
So basically, it's a teenage kid. His father becomes a prisoner of war, and he hatches a plan to rescue him. So he befriends another pilot in the military, Louis Gossett Jr., and they steal a plane and they go and rescue his father.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That I love the first one. It's the first Google result is Iron Eagle based off a true story.
God.
And actually, what's funny is that Iron Eagle came out before Top Gun.
Did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And oh my God, there's 4 of them too.
The second, I was so excited for the second one, and then it came out, and I remember I had my grandfather walk me down to the convenience store. We rented the movie, brought it back, and I was like so excited to get to see Doug Masters fly again and listen to some crazy music in his Walkman and just tear shit up. And
he wasn't in it.
It killed in the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie.
Yo, that reminds me of the Godzilla movie. I was so hyped that Bryan Cranston was in it. So hyped. Yeah. And they killed him off pretty quick.
Yeah, that was like one of those. Wait, I thought he was in this.
Yeah,
like,
you promoted the whole movie with him.
It's like they pulled like a Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic World. Like a Jeff Goldblum back, and he just gives him one speech at the end.
Yeah, real quick.
What? Just sold a bill of goods. Just terrible. Iron Eagle. Oh man, I would love to go back and watch that. Just the comparison. It made $24 million off of a budget of Iron Eagle. 24 million in 1986 money is not bad though.
No, it was probably super low budget too.
18, so not really. 18 million.
What did they spend it on?
Oh man,
buffet lunch for the crew.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, I think it's time for Toke's drink of the week.
All right. Hey.
All right, so let me just adjust this a little bit so we can get a little closer down to the table here. But basically, it's going to start off. We got some bourbon. We have beer. And this is what I call the Cowboy Red Beer. All right. Need some hot sauce. Gotta get hot sauce in that shit. A little bit of Worcestershire, just like a Bloody Mary. Horseradish.
Hey, what is going on here?
Oh, yeah,
what is happening?
Are you making soup?
Yeah,
no,
we're making a drink.
We're doing this the right way. So
some Jim Beam.
Good. Yeah.
Just go for broke at this point.
Bloody Mary mix.
Just killing off bottles. You just found this stuff in your cabinet. You're like,
it was the last of everything he
had. Cayenne pepper. Gotta spice it up a notch, man. Come on now.
Hey, your butt
I need to
feel that.
I need to take some antacids just watching this.
I'm actually gonna mix it now because I want the horseradish to like get in there along with all the other.
Never thought I'd hear that about a drink. Gotta get that horseradish all up in there.
You're not just gonna drink it like that. I was like, and then a beer,
and then a Bud Light.
Good. Modelo, Corona, Bud Light, Busch Light.
Tell me
Bud
from
Heavy.
New England without.
Everything you want, man. But obviously, you want to use a regular kind of beer. A little foamy.
Got a fork. What do you got the fork for?
I was stirring it again.
Yeah, but it's a fork.
Cheers.
Oh boy.
Oh, your asshole's gonna feel that later.
Oh.
I pray for you.
Don't burp on that mic.
How was it?
It'll mess it up.
Don't burp on that mic.
Don't burp on that mic, dude.
No, the last thing you do.
That pop filter was meant for that.
So yeah, that's what we call the Cowboy Red Beer.
Cowboy
Basically, it's a take on a Bloody Mary using bourbon and beer.
Dope.
All right. That's it. I don't know how either of us can ever top anything.
We're never going to. We're never going to.
I'm just gonna drink a bucket of horse piss one of these days and be like, there you go.
We'll get so many views too.
Oh,
sacrifices must be made.
If I had a hat, I'd take it off, dude. Toke, that was. I would drink that though. That looks like a good like Sunday morning hangover cure right there.
Well, I've never had a hangover, so I don't know. But I love Bloody Marys.
You got to stop drinking in order to get the hangover. That's why you can have one.
He's just staying drunk. Yeah, all the time.
I've never had a hangover. It boggles my family's minds. I was like, everyone I know is like, how? I mean, because they've seen me drink on some nights, and then I get up in the morning. It's either I'm still drunk or I'm just good to go.
Oof, man, I envy you. There was a period was a period of my life where I did not
Oh.
get hangovers at all, and it was beautiful. And then it quickly turned, and then I started getting hangovers off of like 3 beers, and then it was awful.
I mean, now the worst thing that happens to me, I wake up. Obviously, I'm just tired because I only got like 3 hours of sleep. But no, I'm good.
Woof.
Yeah.
Woof.
It's wild.
Dude, I can't anymore. I used to be able to put them back and get up and just be like, yeah, I'm fine. But now I went to Saco this year. We were camping every year, and just 4 days of debauchery and just so much drinking, and it nearly
Good
killed
old
me this year.
Saco.
I wasn't right until we got back Sunday. I wasn't right until Thursday. It was crazy. It was the worst I've ever felt.
I had not this past September, but September a year ago. I went down to North Carolina for a TikTok meetup. Went to a buddy's house and partied for 4 straight days. I guess the beer count, I don't even want to say because it's just sickening. We're in the hundreds.
Yeah.
We're in the hundreds. But
My God.
after day 4, I didn't drink that day, and I got up and noontime drove home back to New Hampshire from North Carolina.
Oh my God, that's a troop.
Didn't feel like, were you just dying? Because I would have been dying.
No, I would tell you, when I got home, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And I got home, it was probably about 2 a.m. And the first thing I did was I ran out to my deck and made a TikTok video of me doing a shotgun at 2 a.m.
Oh man, you're a different breed. I
Yeah,
thought, like I said,
you're an animal.
I thought that I could hang. I don't know. I'm questioning my own self here.
If you come on TikTok on Friday nights or most Saturdays, you'll see me at 3 a.m. still going.
Now, what is that like? What do you guys do? You guys just shoot the shit? Is it like a?
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people that I've met across the country, and actually, I've met some people all over the world that I've hung out with, and we shoot the shit. We just basically do like we're doing here. Just go into someone's live, and we have a big thing going, and most of the time it's me and a bunch of other drinkers, and yeah, we're doing shotguns all night.
Yeah, I'll have to join in one of these times and just grab a beer and hang out. I just
Absolutely.
Just even that night, I was hanging out and I was just like, I could go to bed right now.
Yeah, that was a late start for me. Normally I start at like 8:39.
All right. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for us this week, guys. Pleasure talking about our topics like always. We will probably try to do a movie of the week this week.
Yeah.
I know I've got some plans. I've got a pretty busy weekend ahead, but I can still cram in a possibly. I think we should go for broke and go something crappy because we've done some pretty good movies of the week. Maybe we should do something that we have seen. I think I got an idea, so I'll message you guys after this ends.
All right, sounds good.
So I am currently still working on my top 100 list. I'm into it. I'm in the weeds. I just dropped on Thursday videos 99 through 95. This week I've got all the G movies on the list, so all the rated G movies will be coming out Thursday. I just filmed like 4 other videos today. It's pretty crazy, but yeah. And now I've got a TikTok. Thanks to Eric Tocanella. Hit me up with the TikTok game, so you can find me at Mike Dags Reviews there. Mike Dags Reviews YouTube, Dags Reviews Facebook. It's all over the place. What about you, Josh?
You can find me on YouTube, the J Meany Review. I got a video coming up. I'm doing my top 5 movies of 2022. I have not seen every movie in 2022, so some movies might not make the list because I haven't seen them yet. But yeah, I think I'm gonna narrow that down, do a video of that soon, and yeah, check out our Personified Fandom TikTok as well. We got some clips there. Like, share, do all that good stuff.
So, where are you at? What's your TikTok?
So you can find me on TikTok at toke.24_NR. You can also find me on Facebook at Eric Tokenel. I got a little thing going there. And also Instagram, Toke Official. And on YouTube, Drinking with Toke.
Hey, I like that.
Hey.
Ah,
Well, that'll do it for us and the Cowboy Red Beer of the Week.
Hey.
And we will see you guys next week with another special where we shoot the shit with you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for joining us. I like button.